Grand Rising, good morning on a Friday. This is part two of some illegal aliens do not want to go to shelters, so they're using New York City as a restroom, as a bathroom. I'm coming to work today from New Jersey. I'm walking down the street. First, I'm coming out of Penn State Port Authority, just getting off the bus to come outside. There's a whole bunch of Venezuelans sleeping in Port Authority. Babies and all, babies attached to them, sleeping. And they're trying to get these women to go to a shelter, but for some reason, they're refusing to go to a shelter. So you rather sleep in a bus terminal with your kids latched onto your back and a bus station where you have traffic back and forth. You don't know who's coming. You don't know what a person's going to do. You don't know what a person's going to do with you or do to you. And they're trying their best to get you out of that situation. Then coming outside, you got a whole bunch of people begging. You have illegal aliens begging. You walking down the street, there's rats running all over the place because it looks like a dump. Instead of putting the garbage that you use, that you eat your pizza, your food, anything you eat, instead of putting it in the garbage, you will put it on the streets knowing that it's going to collect rats. The seagulls are coming down, snatching up all the pizza that's on the ground. There's rats on the sidewalk. Not just in the streets, there's rats walking on the sidewalk where humans got to go to work and walk and got to see this nastiness. In front of people's stores, there's human defecation. In front of people's stores, human defecation, man. It smells, today it's cooler, but you can still smell the horrible smell of defecation and urine. You got women leaving their, excuse my French, bloody maxi pads on the street. So these people are sleeping on the street and they're using the sidewalk and the city as a bathroom, as a dumping ground. And people like me and other people have to pay taxes, and this is what we have to come to see every day. Like, I left New York City August of next month. It will be 4 years next month in August that I left New York City. And when I left New York City, it was not like this until Joe Biden decided he wanted to be Mr. Nice Guy and do this. Like I said, this is not hate speech. This is reality. People will come on here and talk about a lot of flowers and talk about how everything is beautiful, but they're not talking about the dark side of America right now. They're not doing it. They're not talking about you walking down the street and you got to worry about somebody busting you upside your head and robbing you. You got to worry about illegal aliens on mopeds dragging women just to get a cell phone. And this is horrible what's going on in the streets of New York. Imagine you getting off the bus to come to work. You got to see illegal aliens laying there with their kids. And you feel some type of way and feel bad because you can't do nothing about it, but the people are trying to do something about it, but they want to stay and live right there. So now you got to come to work and step over this. Then you go outside and you got to smell the funk and the nastiness and the human feces and the human urine of people just don't caring about where they go to bathroom, disrespect your store and take a dump and take a leak right in front of a person's store. So when a person comes to open up his business or his establishment, they have to clean this up. They got to clean this up, man. The worst thing that Joe Biden did was cause this car wreck. The worst thing what Mayor Adams did was cause this car wreck. This is the worst they ever did. This is a car wreck right now in America. And people have to pay taxes for this. You go to work every day, hard work, and some of us don't even have children. I don't have kids, and I have to pay taxes for this. They just raised the Jersey Transit and MTA bus fare. So I got to pay extra bus fare to get on the bus to come and see this. And I have to work with this about 7 hours a day, because an hour you get, it would be maybe like 6.5, because we get an hour break and we get a half an hour, we get an hour lunch and a half an hour break, excuse me. But I still got to see this. And then I have to constantly chase these people off the corners, because some of them don't have food handler's license to sell food in the street. And you don't know where this is coming from. There's no ice to chill this food. You can get sick. And it's outside all day, not covered up. The sun is hitting it. You got the air that's dirty right now because of all the defecation and the pollution going into this food. This is how we are living right now in America, New York City, Chicago, LA, and everywhere else. This is how we're living right now. Because Joe Biden made the most stupidest move that he could ever make. It's cool to be nice to people. It's cool. But sometimes you gotta put your foot down somewhere. This is why everybody comes to America. People talk a lot of garbage about America, but you here getting this money. You're here getting these free programs. Period. I got to come to work to this. Me and my partner and other people that work very hard have to come to work to this. I'm walking down the street. You got pieces all over the place. The seagulls are eating the stuff up. Sorry about that. There's rats on the sidewalk, man. Rats. I'm talking about rats this big on the sidewalk. Then you got the babies following the mother, and she's going in the garbage, and you got to walk past this, man. Then you got to walk past homeless people that I feel so bad for, because they're not even being attended to. Nobody's talking about the homeless right now. That's not being attended to. Nobody's talking about the homeless veterans right now. That's not being attended to. You got elderly people on the street, homeless in their 70s, 80s. How did that happen in this country? How? Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think. And one of these days, I'm going to have my phone out and I'm going to show people this. I'm going to have my phone out one of these days and I'm going to walk through and I'm going to show people what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you more than I can tell you. Shout out to my brother, Philly Dom. Shout out to my sister, Angela. Shout out to Michonne Denise. Shout out to my brother, Big Austin. Shout out to Belize, Peter Carter, and everybody that's in the struggle. Big up to China Mac. Thanks for that good move that you had to Vietnam. Good move, brother. Good move. I never met the brother, but I'ma always shout him out. Seems like he's a good dude, man. That's the dude that went to all of these rallies when black man was killed. That brother, that Chinese Asian brother was there. Shout out to him. Shout out to Ace Live. And shout out to Check and Effect. To all the people, and also JRL. That's another guy, man. Go to his channel. He brings reports on everything. JRL. Shout out to him. This is Big Hawk Sloop. I'm out.